Good afternoon. Here is the midday news on OGBC. My name is Titilopoe. People short of rice supply at subsidized rates. President Tinubu expresses commitment to providing excellent healthcare facilities for all Nigerians. The House of Commons Speaker is under fire over a debate on ceasefire in Gaza. In the face of economic hardship being experienced by Nigerians, the Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has ordered the supply of 100 trailers of bags of rice for residents. The governor made this known as the rice would be sold to public at who attribute economic hardship to inflation and high rates of foreign exchange, said high cost of living in their country. In a related development, the federal government says the wage award of 35,000 naira for January and February 2024 is being processed. The government has so far paid the wage award for 4 out of 6 months. Mrs. Onyejocha also informed that the federal government has reviewed the commitments made with the organized labor in the agreement reached, and wished to state that very substantial progress has been made. While reacting on the provision of compressed natural gas, CNG buses, and conversion kits, the minister submitted that the government has so far made substantial financial commitments in the area. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has expressed his administration's commitment to providing excellent healthcare facilities for all Nigerians, saying that it will continue to prioritize domestic and foreign direct investments in the sector. He gave the assurance at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Wednesday at a meeting with the President and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Oraman, accompanied by a delegation from King's College Hospital, London. According to the President, Nigeria is committed to the needs of its people, adding that putting people's welfare first is putting their first, the expertise, and reduces to meet its own healthcare need. National chairman of the Labour Party, Mr. Julius Abure, who was arrested by the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, Benin City, Edo State, Mr. Arungwa Nwazule, on Wednesday evening, has been released this morning. While speaking to some of his supporters who were at the AIG Zone 5 headquarters shortly after his release, Mr. Abure stated that what he suffered is peculiar to what other freedom fighters suffer all over the world. As I said, his release was effected by pressure mounted on the police from quarters, which he did not name, adding that assurances were given that the state chairman, state publicity secretary, and others arrested with him would be released later this Thursday. He, however, assured that neither he nor the party would be deterred for pursuing the goals of the party. A Chief of Defense Staff (CDS) General Christopher Musa has vowed the military will go after persons advocating coup d'etat in the country. Describing such individuals as enemies of Nigeria, General Musa said the law would surely catch up with them. He insisted that the armed forces was on top of its games and would continue to defend and protect democracy in their country. The CDS spoke shortly after he inaugurated the main entrance of the 6th Division Nigerian Army and Officer Transit Station at the division headquarters in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. While acknowledging that the country is going through some challenges, he berated persons calling for a coup, saying it would never happen. Sir Lindsay Hoyle is under increasing pressure after a debate on a ceasefire in Gaza descended into a chaos. Sir Lindsay sparked fury from SNP and Conservative members of Parliament when he broke with convention to allow a vote on a Labour motion for an immediate humanitarian exercise. The Speaker later apologized but still faces calls to resign as some 33 Tory and SNP members of Parliament have signed a motion declaring they have no confidence in the Speaker. However, many other MPs said they would not be taking this step and would not be asking for a vote of confidence. Sir Lindsay was first elected as a Labour member of Parliament, but after becoming Speaker, he relinquished his party's affiliation. Malawi has suspended the issuing of passports following a cyber attack on the computer system at the country's immigration service. President Chakwera told members of parliament that targeting of the government department amounted for a ransom. But the president said the government would not give in to their demands and was working to resolve the problem. Demand for passports is young people looking to migrate in search of job opportunities. Australian Bishop Mr. Christopher Saunders has been charged with rape and a string of historical sex offences, some against children. The 74-year-old was arrested in Broome on Wednesday after parallel investigation ordered by Western Australian police and the Pope. Mr. Saunders has indicated he will plead not guilty to all charges against him. He is one of the most Catholic clerics to face charges of the nature. Mr. Saunders is charged with 2 counts of rape, 14 counts of unlawful and indecent assault, and 3 counts of indecently dealing with a child as a person in authority. A cargo ship rammed into a bridge in the Chinese city of Guangdong early this Thursday, plunging 5 vehicles, including a public bus, into the river. The accident killed 2 persons, injured one, while 3 others are still missing. The ship's captain has been detained, and people residing in the vicinity have been evacuated. The company that owned the ship said it is cooperating with the investigation. Guangzhou lies on the Pearl River Delta and is one of the busiest seaports in mainland China. Nansha, the district where the incident took place, is the fastest growing port in southern China. On sport, court in Spain has found former Barcelona and Brazil footballer Dani Alves guilty of raping a woman in a Barcelona nightclub. He has been sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. The 40-year-old, who is one of the most decorated footballers in history, had denied sexually assaulting the woman in the early hours of 31st December 2022. Agriculture remains the surest way to economic advancement. Collaborate with the government to revamp the sector. To end the midday news, another look at the major items. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, who on Wednesday ordered the supply of 100 trailers of bags of rice for residents, said the rice would be sold to the public at a subsidized rate and be distributed free to the aged in the state. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday at a meeting with the president and chairman of the board of directors of the African Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Oraman, expressed his administration's commitment to providing excellent healthcare facilities for all Nigerians. We also told you that the House of Commons Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, is under increasing pressure to resign after a debate on the ceasefire in Gaza descended into a chaos. The media news was edited by Temitope Alagbe Ubeche from